it's Max from Maxed Out, and today I'm going to tell you about our recent visit to San Juan Capistrano. Hope you enjoy. Mission San Juan Capistrano was founded on November 1st, 1776. The mission was named after St. John of Capistrano. The founding padre was St. Junipero Serra. The founding order was 7th of 21 missions. Nickname was Jewel of the Missions. The native plants at Mission San Juan Capistrano are not only beautiful, but they were used as medicine and food flavoring by the Native Americans. The Ahashamen were a friendly and curious tribe. Mission life was intriguing. The technology, the unusual animals like horses, cows, and the new foods and ideas were all fascinating. Whether they knew what they were getting into when they joined the church is not clear, but once an Indian got baptized, they became a neophyte. He or she was not allowed to leave the mission or go back to the old way of life. The Great Stone Church's monumental construction began in 1797. The people of the Mission San Juan Capistrano desperately needed a new church. The small adobe chapel they had been using for over 10 years could not hold all the Native Americans that lived in the mission. A new church had to be constructed. The Ahashamen worked very hard. They chiseled and hauled stone from all parts of Capistrano Valley. What's your favorite thing about this church?
Well, I think it's magnificent in size, and it's a monument to the work of the native people that had to cut the stones out of the quarry and build this big church, which really only stood for about 6 years before it was destroyed by an earthquake.
Yeah.
But it's very beautiful and it's very old.
My favorite thing about this church would probably be that it looks absolutely beautiful even though it's in ruins. Would you say that about it too?
Yes, I feel like it's just amazing, even though it's ruins, because it's so old.
And it's a memorial for everyone who who got buried in the rubble after it collapsed from an earthquake.
Right, 40 people. This is a permanent memorial, and it's a World History Site.
I just pressed a penny and made it this. It's cool how they can morph pennies. It's like making it hot and then freezing it and then putting a label on it. Pretty cool. We're coming up on the area where the natives made wine, cured tallow, and blacksmith. Also farming. There are 4 bells hanging in the bell tower, our camping area. The 2 largest bells hanging within the camping area are replicas. Today, the original two largest bells are hanging where they would have stood within the bell tower of the Great Stone Church. The 2 smaller bells hanging in the camping area are original. Each bell has a special inscription with a date of casting. There are still a lot of artifacts at the mission that have survived time, and they set up these rooms to make it look like how it would look like back in time. The chapel at the mission is the only chapel in existence that Father Junipero Serra held Mass. The centerpiece of the chapel serves as the backdrop for the altar. The altarpiece was hand-carved into 396 individual pieces of cherry wood and overlaid in gold leaf in Barcelona, and is estimated to be 400 years old. President Abraham Lincoln signed a proclamation on March 18, 1865, that restored ownership of the mission proper to the Roman Catholic Church. A really nice man helped me light candles, and I thought it was pretty cool. St. Joseph's Day and the Return of the Swallow celebration is a famous tradition celebrating the annual return of the famous swallows in Capistrano. This tradition was started by Father O'Sullivan in the 1920s at Mission San Juan Capistrano. Historic California landmark and home of the swallows is carried each year on March 19th. This was a really fun project, and I enjoyed going to the actual mission and seeing all the history. And this was a sad part of history, but for everyone in this age, it's actually pretty cool and historic. So we made this basket, and it's a native basket that the Indians used to make, well, the Native Americans, and it has these beads on there, and it has this cool hexagon pattern inside of it. And we made that out of wet twigs, and so we do this, and we pull it over, and then put it front and then backwards, and then front and then back. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure and like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.